Hi, I'm Erfaren, and if there's one thing I'm really good at in Minecraft, it's dying. Oh gosh. Oh no. Ooh, no! If we want to run back up and see. So I figured, why not throw myself into Minecraft's most punishing mode and see what happens? Welcome to 24 Hours in Hardcore Minecraft, a new mini-series where I challenge myself to survive 24 real-life hours in Minecraft's hardest game mode. Having never played hardcore before, I'll be doing everything I can, not only to survive the first night, but to beat Minecraft itself. Hour 15, here we come. Well, welcome back to 24 Hours in Hardcore. My name is Sam, or Erfaren, whatever you want to call me. And let's just go ahead and sleep before we talk about what the plan is going to be for today's hour. So, obviously, what we need to do is finish what we started last time over here at the mob farm. But that's going to require quite a bit more cobblestone because I believe, yeah, we are pretty much completely out. So what we're going to do is take our wonderfully beautiful efficiency pickaxe, and I think we're going to go ahead and dig ourselves around and try and collect a bit more cobblestone to get us into a good place to actually finish up this thing. Now, the real question is, where do we want to take the cobblestone from? You know, I'm kind of wondering if we could find some of those big caves that we saw last hour when we were trying to figure out where mobs could or couldn't spawn. So maybe we'll jump into some of those big caves and then maybe dig out and down from in there. Is this one of them? Let's pop in. I remember there were quite a few mobs, so if they are over here, it looks like maybe we found one of them. If it is over here, we'll just need to be very careful and do what we can to keep ourselves alive and safe and not within the range of especially skeletons or something that could blow us up and make us very sad. Okay. This seems to be maybe the right place that we saw. Yeah, there's so much going on in here. Yeah, you can blow up, actually. I don't really care if you blow up, creeper. That's fine. Thank you. Okay. I get back up easy. Let's make sure I can. There we go. So looking around, obviously, number one priority is to make sure this is all lit up. Oh, my mob party. Holy buckets. Okay, yeah, we're gonna run. Our saturation is not high enough to take on all of that. Wowzers. Let's... Okay, yep. We'll just let that stay stuck there for a minute. Wow. So we just need to be good and careful. Fight our way through this. So we do need to put our pants back on. I forgot that we had taken those off at the end of the last hour to check in on what enchantment we could get. Well, at least this main area looks lit up. I think we still need to go up that way and probably up this. Yeah, up here for sure. So we'll pop up, and then once we've got all this cleared out, maybe we can start digging around and collecting some cobblestone. But at least with this done, we've got all of this illuminated significantly better than it was. I hear a skeleton. Where is the skeleton? Oh. Underneath this. Apparently, this is completely dark enough for them to spawn here as well. So let's light that up. Oh, and he just spawned in while we were gone. Hello, sir. Light that up. That feels much better than it was. And we can overkill the lighting just a little bit just to make sure. Hello, my friend. Are you wearing a copper helmet? I haven't seen. Only seen one full set of copper armor, so it's still kind of fun to see. Hello? Jeez. So can we hit this guy at all? All right. Oh gosh, that is a crowded room. Wow, there's a lot of Endermen up there. You know what? If we can get these guys come and fight me, maybe I can defeat them safely. Okay, let's block that up. And then we'll break this, and then we're gonna do some staring into the eyes of Enderman here. Try and get all of them to come down here and fight us. There we go. All right. Eat something, collect up this stuff, and go light this up. There was a lot of mob going on up here. Wild. I don't know how we've like missed these like holes in the ground, but apparently there are these holes in the ground everywhere over here. So good to know. Let's grab our dirt back. And I think we've now successfully lit this place up to a good spot. So what I'm gonna do now is just dig in right here. And we're gonna try and collect probably, oh, I don't know. All right, let's try and just fill up the rest of our inventory and check back in once that's done. Alrighty, and with 6 more stacks of cobblestone collected, I think, hopefully, we've got enough to go and finish the walls for the mob spawner. The only other thing that we're gonna need now is a bunch more acacia so that we can actually go ahead and get in the rest of those trap doors. And then, theoretically, the farm will work. So let's go upstairs and try and make it work, I suppose. Alrighty, it is a new day and it's time to go cut down some trees. And I think we can just start with all the ones we've got and we'll just replant them as we go. Which honestly, getting these replanted isn't a bad idea because then we can also just have some new trees around. It's always nice to see new trees popping up and growing and how they kind of fill in the space. So it works just fine for me. And with a 64 and some collected, I think we are probably looking good to get this all finished up. So let's swim up here, which I still fear this is definitely a little too short, but it's all right. There's only one way to figure out if it works or not, and this is how we're gonna do it. So let's turn all of this, or at least most of this. Oh my gosh, why did I just do that? Oh, that was so silly. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Goodbye. Anyway, as I was saying, we're gonna turn all of this into trap doors. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just did that. And then we'll take these trap doors to finish up the job that we started at the end of last hour. Perfect. And now we have a place for the mobs to walk off and roam into and then fall to the ground. So now what we need to do is make this tall enough for mobs to actually stand in it. And I didn't look into how to set this up for spiders, but I definitely think this is overkill for it. And honestly, if the wall is going to be here, I think the spiders can still spawn right here in this. I think they just need a 2x2 space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift these up really quick and see how I can prevent 2x2 spaces and maybe not have it look like it just did. While I've been on my way down this water, I did go ahead and take a look actually at how to do the spider spawn proofing. And it turns out they need a 3x3 area to spawn. So we actually can change this up a little bit, but regardless, we are still going to need to get more carpet. Oh, sheep, I'm coming for you. But we gotta, you know, actually know where any of you are. Ah, there's a bunch of sheep. Okay. Hello, sheepy friends. I am just gonna come and shear you real quick. Thank you for your wool. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of sheep over here. This will be great. This might even be the only little group of sheep we need to go to. Okay, so how much carpet does that make us? Almost a 64 stack. Okay, let's go get just a little bit more because I see another grouping of sheep over here. And we will then call that good. I think that's probably going to be enough. Okay. And that gets us over a 64 stack just barely, so I suppose we can head back home, and we're just going to say that 64 stack's going to have to be enough. And if we run past any of the sheep and they've got their wool back, we'll also shear them again just to make sure we've got some extra just in case. All right, we are back home. It is daytime once again. Let's go ahead and take all of this back up to the top, get it spawn proof for the spiders, and then finish getting it all put together. And I did actually get another 9 on our way home, so that puts us just a little bit further up, just in case we need those extra little bits. So you can have 2x2 areas, but you just can't have 3x3 areas. So what we need to do now is kind of split it up like this, where there's no 3x3 zones that are safe for spawning. But you see it uses significantly less of these to put them down in this way. So now there's no safe 3x3 zones in here. There's a couple 3x2s, but no 3x3s. So we'll go ahead and just duplicate that all around here. And with that, we are good to put the walls up. Perfect. And now we've got the roof on. And I suppose I will take this. So we'll actually completely finish the roof here. So nothing should be able to spawn here. As you can see, it's all bottom slabs, so we can't place any blocks. So it should be safe. So now what we need to do is see our way down to the bottom and actually test this out for ourselves. So if we stand down here and we pop into free cam and we go all the way up, yes, mobs are spawning. Now, the problem with a farm like this is that it's entirely passive. It requires these mobs to go out of their way to walk over these ledges and then down and into the chute and all the way down there. So we do still have to wait for more things to spawn in here before they're going to start bumping each other and walking off the edges. But at least things are spawning, which is good. The only concern I'm having is, are there things that are spawning around us in other places? And it doesn't look like it. It looks like we did a pretty good job. Oh, but all the way down here, if you take a look, see a ton of mobs are spawning in right down here. So we might need to do some exploration and actually get a mine going over here to try and get some of this lit up to really help with the rates, because obviously, I mean, a bunch of mobs are right here. So something we might need to get around to, but the good thing is, it's at least working. Now we just need mobs to actually, like, you know, fall in and, well, have it actually work. But hey, we got it built and I am happy with that. I'm happy to see it done. So maybe what we can do now with the last 20 minutes is let's go ahead and actually try and dig ourselves out maybe a little bit of a mine or something that, you know, we've been needing to get a mine over here anyway. It might just be nice to just have it and be set and ready to go going forward. So where is the best place for a mine over here? Also, do we have more food? Oh, we have tons of food. That's beautiful. Okay, let's just go ahead with one of the simplest options and let's just put our mine in over here where we've already got this kind of carved into the world. And we can have it go back in this direction, but I want to make sure we're low enough to the ground that we're not just going to end up in the middle of the ocean. What are we at? We're at 93 blocks right now. So I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll be okay right here. So let's just go ahead and start digging our way on down. Okay, we found a cave. And I thought I just saw over here the lushness, so we might actually have found the right spot. But the problem is we don't have any coal. So we're gonna need to figure out how we can actually get this place lit up. But I suppose that's something that we can figure out as we go and maybe not fall directly onto... Wow. Wow, that could have been bad. Oh my goodness. Directly on to scary monsters that can hurt us is what I was going to say before I was so terrified. But yeah, we certainly are going to need some coal that we do not have to get this all lit up. But I would say we found the spot. Now the only thing to do is to find the coal. Well, I know it's really difficult to find us some coal down here, so we might need to run back up a little bit to see if we can't find any coal on a higher level. But I do believe we made our way to where we needed to light up that space under the farm that we saw, which is great. That was the goal. But the problem is, you know, we gotta actually light it up. we are going to pop ourselves back up this, take ourselves back to the top, grab some coal, and come back and light up this whole place. While we're at it, we could light up this staircase too. Grab some of that. Is there any more nearby that we can just snag? Yes, there is. Well, I'm going to go ahead and assume that 56 torches might just be enough for us. So let's see our way back down and spend these last 5 minutes just trying to light up this whole area. Alright, now I know this one's been a little bit of a different one. We did a lot more adventuring and exploring, all while also figuring out the little mob farm. But I'd say we got quite a bit done, and right now I know we're getting a lot more done that will help a lot with that mob farm as well. So I can't complain. But that is all the time that we have for today. So as always, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're new or you're finding yourself coming back, consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. But regardless, thank you all so very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next hour.